So if you've ever canceled plans just so you could sit in total silence and not talk to anyone, congratulations! You're either introverted, over it, or like me, you might just be getting older. I know I'm in the bloom of youth, but reality has to hit us all at some point. There are people who get absolutely exhausted by everyone as they get older. And no, it's not because we're grumpy and curmudgeon-y in our old age. It's because we've learned things through experience, like how nice it is to be left alone in my house while wearing soft pants with a cozy blanket and only my dogs for company. So here are 11 of those reasons why people are just exhausted by everyone else as they get older. 1. They're burnt out. Let's start here. You know that feeling when your social battery is so dead that even a group chat feels like a threat? It's that. That's burnout. Between the drudgery of work, bills we can barely afford to pay, aging knees, and possibly raising defiant teens or young adult humans, we're tired, exhausted, fatigued even. These brains and bodies just don't bounce back the way they did when we were younger. Staying home to recharge seems like a pretty good option when you feel completely zapped of energy and just cannot with other people. 2. They're isolated from family. Next up, some people are just kind of physically alone. Maybe they've lost people they care about, or maybe they've chosen peace over toxic relatives. Either way, navigating life without your emotional support system is draining, especially when the world expects you to just make new friends, like we're all at summer camp again. Isolation from family and close friends can make simply surviving that much more fatiguing. It's a lot of work to make friends as an adult. It does not come easy, and it's stressful and tiring. And we're done. 3. They've drifted away from their social circle. It's natural for people to drift away from their social circle and close friendships as they get older, especially as their value systems, boundaries, and beliefs change and evolve. It's simple. In life, you grow, they don't. Or you've moved across the country to continue your life as the owner of a llama farm. I don't know your life. But either way, finding new people to vibe with as an adult, like I said, this is exhausting. Putting yourself back out there? No thank you. I have actually learned to genuinely enjoy my alone time, and sometimes other people just exhaust me, and I'm done. Don't want to deal with it. 4. They're battling physical or mental limitations. Bodies age, and brains get tired. Knees start cracking like bubble wrap. You know what's fun? Getting an MRI at 45 only to find out that knee is just worn out and developing arthritis. Nothing's really wrong that can be fixed. Yay! It's not even that old of a knee, but hot dog, it hurts. Anyways, sidetracked. It's just not as easy to find the willpower to go to the party or host the dinner, or even want to be perceived by others. Really, I'm at home icing my knee because I had the audacity to go on an easy hike yesterday, and being around other people, that's just exhausting. It's not just my body either. My brain is foggy these days, and I'm not sure I can string together a coherent sentence after 7 p.m., so don't invite me to go out late at night. I'm gonna say no. When every outing requires a nap and a chiropractor, you start picking your social events very carefully. Other people are exhausting. 5. They prefer deep and meaningful connections. Now we're gonna get a little bit into the heavier stuff, because if someone, as they age, becomes isolated from their closest friends and they only ever have these superficial connections with their peers, caretakers, coworkers, or even resentful family members, it's not uncommon for them to feel exhausted by everyone else as they age. As we get older, we just don't have the patience for surface level small talk. We'd rather go deeper with our conversations. If we're not getting into childhood wounds and trauma or the meaning of life or what happens after we die when we talk to other people, we're just not that interested. Let's connect over what matters instead of rehashing the weather again. We already know what the weather is. We checked the weather app before we left the house. Let's connect and really have a meaningful conversation. 6. They're more self-aware. As olds, yes, I'm an old, we know ourselves now. We've had therapy and we've at least thumbed through pretty much every self-help book on the market. We know what we're looking for in our connections with others, and we're aware of the ones that will drain us completely. According to a study from Psychology and Aging, self-assurance and awareness tend to grow with age and experience. We're intuitive to the energy of the people around us. So when someone's energy is off, we feel it immediately. and we don't ignore it anymore because we're not interested in wasting time on it. We just walk away, sometimes we block, and when someone's presence is no longer valuable in our lives, we dismiss them. You're exhausting us, and we're not here for that. 7, they're introverts. Raise your hand if you're an introvert. I see you out there. While it's true that introverts do still enjoy engaging in certain social activities and interactions, they generally need alone time to recharge their social battery. Some of us have always needed alone time, but now we've learned that we actually need to protect it. That's growth, and that's wisdom. People who get exhausted by everyone as they get older prefer their alone time, and they like engaging in their hobbies and passions rather than investing time and energy into superficial connections that will only make them exhausted, tired, fatigued, all those things. So if I opt to stay home on Friday night and practice my guitar or watch a movie on the couch with my dog, trust me, it's not personal. It's all people. I'd just rather be alone. 8, they have strong boundaries. Boundaries! We've got them. And if you don't respect them, we're too tired to argue, so we'll just leave. Bye. Boundaries are only fulfilling when other people respect them, which is why people who get exhausted by everyone as they get older struggle to find others who live up to their standards. If you're anything like me, you used to say yes to everything. Now, we've learned to say no with a smile, a nod, and the kind of peace that only comes from canceling that appointment. We're not tolerating behaviors and relationships that don't align with our values, boundaries, and needs anymore. Those superficial relationships, too tired to deal with them. Not my problem anymore. 9, they refuse to people please. We are done being people pleasers. If you're like me, once again, I wasted way too many decades trying to keep everyone else happy. If you don't like me, that's okay. I don't really care what you think of me at this point. I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm done putting my own needs aside to keep the peace. Lots of older people feel this way too. We've healed past trauma, and we're investing in our personal growth now. Honestly, saying no is kind of exhausting in its own way, as refusing to people please may protect from toxic behaviors and relationships, and it creates conflict and tense situations that can wear a person out. That's also exhausting, having to say no and then deal with the fallout. But we are willing to take that trade-off and deal with it. This whole sacrificing yourself to make other people comfortable thing, that expired when we hit 40 and realized that inner peace is better than fake harmony. 10, they know what they like. Now here's the fun part. We know what we like. We're not trying out every new trend, going to loud bars, pretending to be enjoying those team building activities at work anymore. I don't want to tell you 2 truths and a lie. We have curated our lives. Like TikTok's algorithm has perfectly curated my For You page to be full of beaded hen videos and Robbie Williams fan content. We may not be as open-minded, but we're also not seeking that external validation in order to fit in. Engaging with people who don't align with our values can be exhausting, and it's pretty superficial, there's that word again, if we're being honest. We're not going to spend our time and energy investing in relationships with misaligned values. Just no. 11. They're bored. We've done the parties, the happy hours, oversharing at networking events. Again, I don't want to tell you 2 truths and a lie. I don't want to tell you something embarrassing that's happened to me. I want something real, or nothing at all. Social media and technology can reduce an aging person's sense of meaning, desire for connection, and comfort with boredom, and that's according to a study from communication psychology. We're bored of trying to form new connections and relationships that are just going to be surface level, superficial. We want things to be authentic, real. We want our relationships to actually matter. They should be meaningful. And if it comes down to something superficial or being by myself, alone time is going to win out every time. If it's not going to add value or recharge those batteries, I don't want to deal with it. I'm not doing it. So if you're finding that people just wear you out more than they used to, you're not broken, you're evolving. You've got boundaries, self-awareness, and maybe taste. People are exhausting, full stop, and that's just it. If your growth, self-awareness, and boundaries make you the mysterious, wise person who dips out of parties early to go read a book in bed, then congratulations. That's actually living the dream. So what's the biggest thing that drains your social battery these days? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your not superficial friend who always cancels plans but still wants to be invited. See you next time.